Alrighty, I'm here with Heidi Clausen, the Senior Healthcare Recruiter at Voca. Heidi, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. We're going to look
Great.
forward to 2019, talk about some nursing trends, and I think it's going to be really exciting. But why don't we get the big one out of the way? I know obviously the nursing shortage is going to be something that's on the minds of not only recruiters, but nurses as well. Can you talk a little bit about that, how the nursing shortage could affect nurses in 2019?
Definitely. We are seeing a deficit of qualified nurses for the positions. There seems to be a trend that is moving towards companies needing or wanting specialty nurses. There's also a catch-22 when we do have new nurses who are going out into the field. Most companies do want to see at least 1 year of experience, like in their med-surg areas, their OR, their ER, and they're in just such short demand right now that they're not willing to hire those new nurses or provide the training in those areas. They're just too overwhelmed right now. Also, one of the trends that we've been seeing is that a lot of the LPNs who we speak to also have a strong desire to move towards their RN.
And is there a reason for that, the more you've been talking to them?
Yeah, it seems like most of the LPNs who I have spoken with tend to get caught in more of a direct care environment, working with folks with disabilities or working in nursing homes, and they kind of get caught in a trap, or in their words, and that's not necessarily what they want to do. They want to be in the clinics, they want to be in the hospitals, they want to go and work in the ORs and the ERs, but unfortunately, because most of those types of roles require an RN, they typically like to go on after their LPN to obtain that.
And just to go back to that catch-22, I know with a lot of new
Sure.
nurses, is there a way that we can combat this, whether it be maybe mentorship programs or kind of more hands-on activity as nurses are working their way through school?
Yes, absolutely. I have been a strong advocate of mentorship of the new nurses. I have been a recruiter for about 20 years, and that's definitely one of the trends that I see that isn't as utilized as I would like to see it, where there is that mentorship of someone who has been in the field at least 7 years, who can take on a new nurse and show them the ropes.
And to go back to these companies needing or wanting these specialty nurses, are there certain geographic areas that are looking for nurses more than others, whether it's rural or some of these big cities or maybe those kind of small towns that we might not think about? Obviously, the major cities come to mind, but I'm sure there's
Right.
many in between those that are looking for nurses out there too.
Right. The shortage doesn't discriminate, whether it's a small town in a rural area or a large city. The trend of not having enough nurses is definitely prevalent.
And Heidi, is there any other trends you can think of that we might start seeing in 2019? Obviously, the industry continues to change, especially with the political landscape, making changes to healthcare and other kind of health-related laws. Is there anything else you can kind of predict in 2019 or that nurses might expect to see?
Oh boy, I don't necessarily see anything at this time. Um, yeah, other than what we spoke about.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you. That's Heidi
Thank you.
Clausen from Voca. Heidi, thanks again for coming on and
You're
speaking
welcome.
with me.